วัสดีเพื่อนๆทุกคนนะครับเราอยู่ใน Final Fantasy 16 พาร์ทที่ 25 แล้ววันนี้มาเป็นคลิปนะไม่ได้สตรีมไม่ต้องพูดพร่ำทำเพลงไปเลยเราเริ่มที่จะทำเควสเสริมก่อนนะฮะเริ่มจากรับเควสเสริมก่อน
Opportunity beckons. Who among you... Is that blade for hire, perchance? Because I have a mind to make a killing.
Figuratively, I hope.
Well, yes and no. A passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade. That an elder Dread Evis had been sighted in the fields of Korava. Dread Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled as they are to acts of violence, few survive to maturity. But those that do develop a hide of phenomenal value.
A hide you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned first that it might be crafted into marvels the likes of which the world has never seen. Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide of a well-aged beast... Now, that would fetch such coin that Gilbert himself might weep with envy. Bring me that beast's skin, and I will share with you the bounty of our combined labors.
All right.
Of course, leave take.
ปล่อยเยอะ
I eagerly await your safe, and above all, triumphant return.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches.
You! Finally. No one was paying me the slightest heed.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on my every word.
The university?
A specialist in ancient cultures. In
ปล่อย
my
เยอะเขียน
heyday,
อ่าน
no obstacle could have kept me from my studies. Yet here I am, a wizened windbag, bested by the many steps of Tabor. The answers I seek lying just beyond my enfeebled reach. Would you do an old man a kindness and brave the stairs in my stead? You'll be amply rewarded, of course.
Climb the stairs.
And... the three... I'm
ข้ามข้ามข้ามข้ามข้าม
How are those new boots treating you?
That Cyril fellow's an odd fish, don't you think?
Well, scholarly sorts.
No history would be complete without mention of the mother
เป็น
crystals.
เป็นหนึ่งอัน
Why won't the sky go back to how it was? I don't like it.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor.
Decent quarry's been hard to find since the skies turned.
Thank you for the deal, Ed, mister.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder? I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read.
รีบไปคุย ก่อนที่จะลืมหมด
The engravings were in good repair considering their age.
Oh, what that I could have seen. Come, don't tease me now. What did you learn of this place? Let's start with the engraving to the south, shall we? What did it say?
เวรละไม่ได้จำเลย มันมีกระพริบ
Great. That's definitely not right.
Take all the time you need.
Guardians of the Crystal. The first stones of Tabor. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Fascinating. But the...
Wonders of Awe.
No doubt this...
เชื่อถูกได้ไงวะเนี่ย
Children of...
ไม่ใช่แล้ว
Can't be right, surely.
I'd rather...
Children... I could have...
ผิดหมด
Children... That's all.
And three guardian... Nonetheless...
Too many...
โอ้โหสักไก่เลยนะ ไก่ยังไงก็ต้องยอมไปอ่ะ แป๊บหนึ่งนะ ลืมปรับจอกลับอ่ะ ว่าแล้วทำไมสีมันเพี้ยนสีไม่เพี้ยนแล้วทุกคน ต้องไปทางไหนวะ เริ่มจากทางข้างล่างดีก่อนแล้วกัน
The bandits may be new, but look what they've left us.
Mummy,
The gentlemen of the town guard.
Come on. Faster!
ไม่รู้ไม่ชี้อย่ามายุ่ง
All right.
ตรงนี้เป็นทางลงไปได้เว้ย อ้เป็นลานกว้างว่ะ มังกรพุ่งใส่แม่ง
It looks like there's still plenty of fight in him yet.
เวิร์ดเวิร์ดเวิร์ดลัวเปิดอันติอันติอันติอันติอันติโอ้โหชุดเดียวตายเจออันติโอนบามุดเข้าไป
This thing reeks. The sooner it's off my hands, the better. Here's your hide, as requested.
I worried you might never return.
ก็คิดว่าเจ้าจะไม่กลับมา
Quickly,
ซะ
let
แล้ว
me see it.
ไหนเอามาให้ข้าดูหน่อย
As supple as a maiden.
นี่มันซัพพลายของไมเดนนี่
Yet as adamant as her virtue. Clearly join.
I don't.
Very
เจ็ด
well.
ฟังให้อะไรเรามาโอ้ไม่ได้ให้อะไรเป็นสาระสำคัญกับเราเลยนะ
Seems the hideaway's lost
Blasted
its
book.
appetite.
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Wow. That's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
Speak with Hippocrates ซึ่ง Hippocrates ก็นึกว่า Hippocrates ก็มีเควสกับเรา
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
ซิดเจ้านายช่วยข้าได้
Who's gone
ข้า
missing
มั่น
this
ใจว่าจะ
time?
ทำได้
It's not
จะมี
who,
ปัญหาอะไรล่ะ
but what.
ไม่ใช่ใคร
Mid-scales,
หมายถึง
the
อะไร
ones
ต่าง
she
หาก
made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with them
พูดเร็ว
and
ชิบหาย
disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
ช่วยหมด
Perhaps
อะ
a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
Lawsman Harpocrates, I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Valicia, the young
เกียรติเกียรติฟังเกียรติฟัง
So,
best and
did you see the pair that got hauled into time?
ไม่มีเควสอะไรด้วยวะเนี่ย ไม่อยากทำก็ต้องทำอะ
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Where would he be at Martha's Rest?
ๆเราคิดดูว่าถ้าไม่ทยอยทำนะมันมีเควสเป็นกี่10เควสอะ
What am I gonna...
Is everything all right, Goots?
ทุกอย่างโอเคไหม
You
กู
seem
ส
more discomposed than
เจ้า
usual.
ดู
Oh, I don't know what that
มันมี
means,
ปัญหาอะไรสัก
but
อย่าง
I'm
อะ
in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble, and she's...
It's all right. You can tell me.
There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like, said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallymill Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of it, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go, I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Don't worry.
Oh, you'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course. I'm sure. Lady Karen. How's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait. What exactly are you getting at?
ต้องมาทำอะไรที่นี่กัน
Not
แน่
once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care. But here you are today, raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto.
Just
แล้วว่า1,000 ปีไม่เคยเห็นมันสนใจ
asking. Out of interest. All right.
โอเค
I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating
เข้ามาให้
about you
ที่นี่เพราะว่า
selling weapons to brigands.
ถ้าอยากจะมั่นใจว่าท่านคำนวณถูกอะที่จะซื้อขายดาบ
And
อาวุธ
who
ไป
was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dalimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pockets. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
No.
Of course. I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I
ต้องไป
suppose it
ต่อ
is.
เลยไม่ยอมจบง่าย
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his...
We're all gonna die! You hear me? What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just...
Sid! Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not.
And just how long hasn't it been one?
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something worked is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions.
ๆเราทั้ง3 คนต้องเรียนรู้ที่จะรับผิดชอบสิ่งตัวเองทำนะ โดนซะ1 ดอก
All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others? This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think
ช่วยสอน
about
ขี่
it.
จักรโบหน่อย
Now, what do arms do?
ถ้าคิดว่าสอนได้นะ
So wait, Maybe this arm holds things too.
Good thinking. You're on the right track.
ต่อไป
These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
เจ้ารู้เลยเกี่ยวกับไอ้แพน
Mom
นี่
uses
บ้าง
them in the kitchens to fry bangers.
ใช้ในห้องครัว
These
ไง
aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But
อันนี้มันใช้ชั่งน้ำหนัก
to
ไอ้
weigh
โง่
Goots. I don't think you'd fit on that little thing.
แต่ถ้าจะชั่งน้ำหนัก
Probably not.
goose
What are the
มันจะ
chains
ชั่งได้
for?
เหรอ
Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn. This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Middledale's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
It's not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
We know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces
ประกอบ
fit
โชว์
onto
ซะ
it,
เลย
don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. Ah, all finished.
อ่ะเสร็จแล้ว
Yes, we did it.
เฮ้ยพวกเราทำได้
Well, with Sid's help.
ไม่เพราะซิด
No,
ช่วย
I just
ต่าง
put
หาก
the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Middledale's hairs.
Her hairs.
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Middledale and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look. We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
เราคงไม่คิดว่าซิดลืมหรือเปล่าฮะเท่แทบตายประกอบไม่ครบ ก็จะเขินๆหน่อยนะ ไปไหนต่อ วิ่งกลับห้องตำมุด
We're all gonna die. You hear me? I heard the Emperor was impaled on his... Seems the hideaway is...
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully, she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Oh, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
เหตุผลที่มิดกลับมาที่ไฮเวย์ครับทั้งที่มหาลัยที่มิดไปเรียนเขาก็เสนองานเสนอโปรเจกต์ให้ทำนะแต่มิดไม่ทำนะมิดจากกลับมาที่นี่เพราะว่าอยากจะมอบความหวังให้คนที่อยู่ที่นี่นะทำทีละอันทำอันที่1ก่อน
There were ghosts at the gates, not days.
You needn't fret. The creatures are...
เช็คดูดีๆก่อนเดี๋ยวไม่ใช่วิ่งผิดทางเผินอีกทีนี้
In the meadows, then.
That's what the cat...
Good girl. This might take a while. Socrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot.
อยากมีเหลือมใช่ไหมอยากมีเหลือมจัดให้เอา
This must be our wyvern. Right. Let's get this over with.
โดนเข้าไป1 ดอกโอ้โหล่วงเลยโดนเข้าไปซะโอ้โหพึ่งต้องจบแบบท่าฟันเป็นไฟสวยๆ
That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent.
อันนี้น่าจะไม่ได้สู้นะน่าจะเป็นเก็บสมุนไพร
think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
ทำให้เสร็จเลยแล้วค่อยกลับไปส่งทีเดียวอยู่ไหนวะ
My lord Marquis, is that... It is you. Then you received my letter. I am Sebastian Rutherford, chief steward of your lord uncle's estate.
Of course. We met once before.
Yes, my lord. Thank you for coming.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord. I did not mean to offend. I merely...
It's all right. Continue.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the behest of your lord uncle, tasked with learning what I am able of the realm's current state of affairs. And what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals has left Storm in a state of utter disarray. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, once unthinkable, are now commonplace. The gears of governance have ground to a halt, and without a steady hand on the tiller, the realm threatens to drift into utter chaos. Your lord uncle, however, believes there is a way to avoid this fate, and is determined to see it set in motion.
That sounds like quite the undertaking.
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several colleagues serving the 7 high houses. Alas...
Alas?
I have lost contact with 2 of those colleagues already. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, yet in these dark times even that may not prove sufficient to keep a man safe on the road.
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic, the other the old Imperial capital of Oriflamme.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down. I suppose I'll start in Dalimil and work my way east.
Thank you, my lord. I shall pray for your success and safety.
ตกโอกาสมาเมืองเดียวกันพอดี
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something. It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
The gentleman of the town guard is back.
Fuck! How the hell did the finest sell swords? Could be I know something more.
จำเป็นต้องขนของทีละเยอะๆขนาดนี้เลยเหรอกู
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumors about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price, be they knight or knave. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage. And the more war being waged, the more call for swords and spears. And who will they all turn to keep them in steel? Why, the good Reaper herself.
Then you've seen this Reaper at work.
Aye, it just so happens I have. You'll find her right here plying her trade most days.
Here in Dalimil? Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not the patient type, you can probably find her at her storehouse on the edge of town. But it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that particular nest of vipers. Feeling bold, traveler? I hope so, for your sake. Now, if that's all, I have places to be.
Sorry to have kept you.
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at once.
Eh? What do you mean?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this stall he spoke of?
Good question. I'll go and have a look.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
All right, but be careful, Clive.
สำเนียงอังกฤษอะเบาะเบาะไม่ใช่คำว่าบัตรเบาะ
Finished sell swords in storm, good note. Fuck.
เอ้ยออกทางแถวนี้ได้ไหมไม่ได้ทำสลับกันไปสลับกันมาเควสอะเกมวิ่งอ้อมไม่ใช่หรอก
Let's go.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
จะบอกเจ้าแล้วก็ไม่รู้เลย
Maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please, these men are trying to rob me.
ในโบสถ์ช่วยด้วยคนพวกนี้จะทำร้ายข้า
Thank you.
เดี๋ยวช่วยเอง
You that one's master, then? If you kindly pay the coin he owes us, we can pretend you didn't draw your blade on Republican soldiers.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh,
ถ้ากลับไปข้าจะไม่รายงานกับตันของเจ้า
He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
มึงเอานะมึงแน่ใจนะปุ่งใส่แม่แข่งให้หมด
Slow.
ถอดซัดเหนียวหายหนึ่งหายสองรัวดิรัวกระจอกจัดเลย
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but these were men of the fist.
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to observe the situation.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but a whole regiment. I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but his men
The captain is no more. And his men make the rules now.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free. Only to be stopped again by those soldiers you so kindly dispatched.
What of the Fist's central command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the capital and hunkered down behind her walls. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to no one but themselves.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria. It's not safe here.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's. If he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northreach and see if I can pick up his trail.
ไปที่น็อตกลับโอ้โหกลับไปนู้นเราก็จะหลงทางหลงทิศหน่อยๆ
You fought very bravely.
The safety of the town is in our hands.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it?
นี่แค่ท่านงั้นเหรอ
Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death? Or a quick
มันก็ขึ้นอยู่กับเจ้านะ
Boys,
จะตายเร็วหรือตายช้า
it's all yours. But that sword is mine.
ทั้งหมดเนี่ยเพื่อเจ้าเอาไปเลยดีนะกูสไม่ได้มาทางเนี้ย
Now we can pretend this didn't happen.
ต่อยสามหายหมดเดี๋ยวยังเดินโคตรพ่อโคตรแม่ฟินิชเขาให้ไทยฮิวอีกแล้วมึงฮิวใช่ไหมฮิวดีนักเลยตายรัวดิครับเนื้อตัวนี้แทบจะไม่เปื้อนเลือดเปื้อนฝุ่นเลย
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he'll have your head. He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts. You weren't even supposed to be here. Who the hell are you anyway?
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamil. But then you turned up. Well, go on then. If you're going to end me, end me.
You're not worth the effort. Now be gone, before I change my mind.
Fucking coward!
I need to find Goods. Right now.
ข้าต้องรีบไปหากู๊ดเดี๋ยวนี้เลยแล้วกู๊ดของฉันอยู่ไหนล่ะเนี่ยอ๋อตัดมาเลยไม่ต้องหาเอง
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty painted lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crimes in blood.
Lord!
Goose, are you all right?
Goose จะปลอดภัยหรือเปล่า
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she
มัน
had
จะ
to
คิว
pay
แน
his
นน่ะ
blood!
After what she did, it is only
หลังจาก
right.
ที่ทางทำนะเหรอ
She ruined my life and the lives of countless others. That
ไม่มีผิดหรอก
loathsome
ถูกหมดแหละ
harpy's
กับ
very
สิ่งที่นางทำ
existence
กับ
is
ข้า
a
ไว้
crime, and I will not allow it to continue. Goots, was it?
Goose
I
ใช่
have
ไหม
no quarrel with you, only with your employer. Run
ข้าไม่
along
มีปัญหา
now.
กับเจ้านะ
You need not pay for her sins.
No,
No.
I don't care what she did.
ข้าไม่สนใจว่า
I
นาง
won't
ทำอะไร
let you
ไว้
hurt Nan. Promise
แต่ข้า
me
ปล่อยให้
you
เจ้า
won't
ทำร้าย
hurt
แนน
her,
ไม่ได้
or I'll
สัญญากับข้าว่าจะไม่ทำร้ายนาง
kill you myself!
ถ้าเจ้าท
Goose,
ำข้าจะฆ่าเจ้าเอง
Enough, all of you!
พอเลยแล้วพวกเจ้าอะมาเคลียร์เองเลย
but how did you?
ฉันมาที่นี่ได้ยังไงเนี่ย
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off together? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalimil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just Bogan back then, wasn't it? I thought the years might have taught you some sense, but I see you're the same pants-pissing craven you've always been. What was it we called you? Wet legs?
You bitch! Everything that happened, it was all your
ทุกอย่างที่
fault.
เกิดขึ้นน่ะมันเป็นความผิดของเจ้าทั้ง
And
นั้น
now you'll finally pay for what you did to
แล้ว
me.
ตอนเนี้ยเจ้าต้องจ่ายเจ้าต้องชดใช้สิ่งที่เจ้าทำโดนตบซะหนึ่งที ไม่
Goose, you...
If
Goose,
you want
yeah.
a piece of Nan, you'll have
ถ้า
to
เจ้าจะ
go
ทำร้าย
through
นาง
me.
เจ้าต้องผ่านข้าไปก่อน หัวดอเอ้ย
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself.
ไปให้พ้นนะข้าจัดการเองได้
Wet legs. You remember what you told me when we last met?
เจ้าจำได้ไหมว่าเคยคุยอะไรกับข้าครั้งล่าสุด ตาต่อตา
Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now it's time to collect.
ตอนเนี้ยได้เวลาจัดการแล้วเชี่ยฆ่าจริงเหรอวะ ไม่น่ามั้ง
Sorry to keep you waiting.
โทษทีที่พวกเจ้ารอ
Is he?
Dead?
แล้วหมอนั่นน่ะ
No.
ตาย
But I
ไม่
reckon
หร
he
อก
wishes he was.
ข้าไม่ทำแบบนั้นหรอก
Isn't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean?
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little revenge. So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too. But what if he comes back again?
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. He'll learn his lesson soon enough. But something tells me the Wet Legs has learned it already. Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway. You've attracted quite enough attention already. Ta-ra, Clive.
จูงมือลูกกลับครับ ลูกยักษ์
Remind me never to cross you, Karen.
Xong hết กลับไปอยู่ที่ไฮเวย์แล้ว
There's a lot of road between here and the capital.
อ้าวทำไมไปอยู่ตรงนู้นน่ะ
Nothing like a little unrest to fill the coffers, eh?
Let the dame hear you say that.
What happened here?
เกิดอะไรขึ้นที่เนี่ย
If you're with the others, they've
เจ้ามาคน
already
อื่นหรือเปล่า
relieved me of my belongings.
I'm not. I'm looking for someone who was sent here by a man named Rutherford.
And then you found him. I am Alistair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane of House Wellesley.
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been a long time since last I saw my great aunt. Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. Yes, she is. The Lady Dowager has granted me leave to assist your Uncle Stuart. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some villagers being robbed on the road here.
Bandits?
They looked more like field hands, but it didn't matter in the end. I did what I could to help the victims, but all it earned me was a pommel to the temple.
Which way did they go?
South, toward the gate.
All right. I'll take care of them. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach, visit the Vale, tell them I sent you.
Thank you. I shall. Founder be your shield.
ยังไม่จบง่าย
They just couldn't
ๆ
resist,
โอ้โห
could they?
ไม่ง่ายแล้วตัวเบลเริ่มเลยเนี่ยมึงไปซื้อกินดีๆเอาก็ได้
This one's ours, pretty boy.
โอ้โห หมดไหมหมดแล้วเนาะมาโอ้หลบไม่ทันรัวไม่ทันแล้วมันหลบไม่ได้มันแท็กเตอร์ทันไม่ได้โอ้วัวกูจะเก็บแล้วต้องคิวแล้วทำไมแปลกๆนะทำไมฉันหลบไม่ทันเกิดอีกอย่างขึ้นหลบไม่ทันเลยชักไม่ปึ้งเลยทันไหมโอ้ไม่ทันเกือบแล้วเกือบหมดนาทีแล้วโดนอีกแล้วทำไมหลบไม่ทันเลยวะหลบไม่ทันอีกแล้วหลบไม่ทันเลยสักครั้งเดียวได้ไม่ทันเลยสักครั้งเดียวพูดอีกแล้วนะแค่นี้แม่งหลบง่ายหลบไม่ได้ตายซะ
Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
รีบกลับเมืองไปเร็วเลยแถวนี้โจรเยอะนะ
Thanks, traveler.
ท่านไม่ได้บอกข้าซ้ำหรอกเดี๋ยวข้ารีบกลับเดี๋ยวนี้แหละ
This looks to be all of them.
ดูเหมือนพวกนั้นจะหมด
I
แล้วนะ
thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive, and I'm fine, which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack so close to their gates.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. Some days they don't even send out patrols. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even fewer to transport the grain. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon to see a fight break out over a crust of bread. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it. They were probably just desperate.
Rockford, listen to me. If you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the attention of a healer.
Of course. I shall return to Northreach right away. But allow me to thank you first. Had you not happened along,
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford. It was he who sent me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a Bastolus as soon as I'm able. Good day.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. If it isn't already too late. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece.
ไม่ได้กลับไฮเวย์สักทีอะ
I see you're still here.
The Rest's location affords a constant flow of traders, and with it, a constant flow of information. Speaking of which, I received word from both my associates. They have resumed their investigations, thanks to you.
I only happened to be in the right place at the right time. They both seem to think the realm's prospects rather grim.
I am afraid that grim would be putting it lightly. Storm is in crisis, and if we are to free her, we must work quickly. And we must work together. Such is your Lord Uncle's wish.
As it is mine.
หรือว่าอัพไหมยังไม่อัพอีกฉันก็นึกว่าเลเวลจะอัพนี่แหละกลับไปส่งเวรอบนี้อัพแน่
Seems the hideaway's lost its app.
So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look, in fact.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cooking to do. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about.
อาหาร
And
หน้า
here
ตา
we
น่า
have
กิน
it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
Oh.
มันไม่อร่อยหรือมันอร่อยจนสำลักวะ
So, not fit for consumption then.
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A
อร่อย
maelstrom
อะไร
of
ขนาดนั้น
flavour
เพ
and
ราะคุณ
sensation. A graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns?
I'll give it some thought.
up level up
'Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance to foul the gut.
I'm sorry, Nan. I didn't mean to make things worse. I just thought I had to protect you. Like you've protected
ข้า
me.
เคยอยากปกป้องท่านเหมือนที่ท่านปกป้อง
Well,
ข้า
someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give a whit for your well-being. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you on. You've always been me right eye, Goots. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again and again, and you can't stop me.
Why, you big lump.
ต่างคนต่างอยากช่วยกันนะครับอารอนก็อยากปกป้องกูสนะครับกูสก็อยากจะช่วยเหลือทุกอย่างที่คารอนต้องการ
Fine. Play the hero if it makes you happy.
เล่นเป็นฮีโร่จนกว่าเจ้าจะพอใจแล้วกัน
I won't let you down.
ขอบคุณมาก
There's nothing he wouldn't do for
อาจจะ
you.
ไม่ทำให้ท่านผิดหวัง
Bosses maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You make me one good eye, mister. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion today will cost you the same as it did yesterday.
อย่ามายอใช่ยากราคาโพชั่นก็เท่าเดิมกับเมื่อวานนั่นแหละ
Let me tell you a story.
All right.
Them rumours might be they weren't just tales plucked out of thin air. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold steel to, so long as they paid me the right price. Some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but me, I were always one for gold. And to satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies, stabbed my every client in the back, made myself the most hated woman in the twins. But then one day I met a man who made me a different kind of offer. Said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant need of steel and sundries. On the condition I sold to him and his alone.
Was that the first time you met Sid?
Aye. And I fell right into his damn trap. He was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine. And I soon started making the best profits I've seen since taking up the trade. And all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Except Sid himself, that is. Told me about his plan to topple the mother crystals, you know. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An opportunity for the likes of me to mint gil. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find himself the richest dam in the twins. And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores that day and moved into the hideaway proper. And the rest, as they say, is ancient bloody history. A dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest dam. Not for lack of trying, mind. But I can say that I have never been happy. You've all shown me there are some things more precious than Gil.
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up, or you'll have me to answer to.
ฉันแค่จะซื้อโพชั่นแค่นั้นเองจริงๆทำไมต้องชวนฉันคุยซะยืดยาว
Clive, if you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. It'd better all be here. Come again.
โอเคครับถ้างั้นพาร์ทนี้เอาไว้เท่านี้นะเป็นการเคลียร์เควสเสริมที่มีอยู่ทั้งหมดตอนนี้6เควสเรียบร้อยแล้วเดี๋ยวพาร์ทหน้าเราจะได้เดินเนื้อเรื่องหลักต่อละเราจะทำสลับกันไปอย่างนี้นะเล่นตามอารมณ์เราโอเคสำหรับใครที่เข้ามาดูย้อนหลังก็ขอบคุณมากนะครับฝากกด Subscribe ช่องแล้วก็กดไลค์เพจ Facebook ชื่อเดียวกับ YouTube เลยสำหรับวันนี้ไว้เท่านี้เจอกันใหม่พาร์ทหน้าสวัสดีครับ